do the work for us behind the scenes every day. It truly takes a village.
All right, and that note, we'll get started. We'll go to Ethan Liu.
Amber, with the status of labor talks with so many free agents, with an expansion draft, do you have any idea what this offseason might even...
There exists a specific, defining moment in the timeline of every professional sport where the entire ecosystem violently shifts on its axis, a singular point in history where the old, comfortable way of doing business gets brutally uprooted and replaced by a new, high-stakes reality that changes everything. For the WNBA, that seismic moment is happening right now, in the epicenter of this earthquake, Indianapolis, Indiana. While casual observers are still busy arguing over basic box scores and debating rookie statistics, a far more ruthless, cutthroat game is being played behind the heavily guarded closed doors of the Indiana Fever's front office. The organization has finally stopped being polite, stopped playing it safe, stopped waiting for permission. They've completely abandoned their slow-burn development strategy and made a calculated series of aggressive, bold moves that confirm one absolutely undeniable fact. They are no longer just building a competitive basketball team. They are systematically constructing a billion-dollar empire around Caitlin Clark. And what they just confirmed will shake the entire sports world. When you combine this newfound front office aggression with the stunning confirmation of a sneaker deal that financially dwarfs the combined salaries of the entire league, yes, you heard that correctly. The entire league, you get a volatile powder keg that is about to blow the roof off the entire sporting world. To truly understand the gravity, the sheer magnitude of what the Fever's general manager and ownership group just pulled off in this power move, we have to examine the bodies left in the wake of this ruthless decision. And trust me, there are casualties everywhere. The firing of head coach Christy Sides was not just a standard, run-of-the-mill personnel move. It was a cold, calculated, unmistakable message sent directly to the rest of the league. Mediocrity will not be tolerated. On paper, Sides did exactly what a coach is supposed to do in her situation. She inherited a lottery team that had completely forgotten how to win, weathered an absolutely brutal early season schedule that would have broken most coaches, rallied her team from a disastrous start, and dragged them kicking and screaming into the playoffs for the first time in nearly a decade. In any other era of WNBA history, that performance earns you a contract extension and a pat on the back from ownership. But in the Caitlin Clark era, good enough gets you fired without hesitation, because the rules have completely changed. The strategic return of Kelly Krause to the front office signaled a violent, unmistakable shift from development mode to domination mode. The organization looked hard at the usage rates, studied the stagnant half-court offensive sets, and analyzed the frustrating inability to fully unlock Clark's transcendent transition, genius, and they had a brutal realization. They were driving a Formula One car in a school zone, wasting incredible potential. They didn't just want to participate in the playoffs anymore like some feel-good story. They decided they needed to dictate and dominate the entire league, and their next move proved they meant business. This ruthless, uncompromising pursuit of absolute perfection brings us to the confirmation that changed everything overnight: the hiring of legendary coach Stephanie White. This wasn't a random hire pulled from a list of candidates or a safe, predictable pick to appease anyone. White is WNBA royalty in Indiana, native with deep roots in the community and a coach with a proven championship pedigree that speaks for itself. But more importantly, her arrival confirms something revolutionary. The Fever are completely done asking Caitlin Clark to adapt to the WNBA's traditional systems and expectations. They are now forcing the WNBA to adapt to Clark, and the implications are staggering. By paying an absolute premium to lure White away from a highly successful tenure with the Connecticut Sun, the Fever's GM has confirmed that the roster is now officially tailored specifically to Clark's chaotic, revolutionary skill set. White runs a fast-paced, high-octane offensive system that thrives on rapid transition threes, constant ball movement, and perfect spacing, exactly the environment Clark needs to go absolutely nuclear on opponents. This strategic move effectively ends the adjustment period completely. The franchise is saying loud and clear that the system will now bend to the player, not the other way around like it's always been. It's a terrifying prospect for defensive coordinators across the league, who already struggled desperately to contain Clark when she was playing in a system that didn't even fully suit her strengths. Now imagine what's coming next. While the front office is busy aggressively restructuring the tactical side of the franchise, the entire financial landscape of women's basketball is being completely rewritten by a single historic contract that changes everything. The confirmation of the Nike partnership, valued at a reported $28 million over 8 years, is the massive economic engine driving all of this chaos and transformation. We have to pause here and put that staggering number in proper perspective, because it is genuinely difficult to comprehend just how massive, how unprecedented the gap really is. The numbers are almost unbelievable. For decades, the WNBA has struggled painfully with profitability issues, limited player marketing opportunities, and restrictive salary caps that kept everyone financially constrained. Then, out of nowhere, a rookie walks in and signs a deal that absolutely dwarfs the career earnings of 99% of the league's entire history. This isn't just a standard sponsorship deal you see every day. This is a coronation, a crowning of basketball royalty. Nike is betting everything that Clark is the bridge to a massive global audience. And that kind of money brings a level of power and influence that makes team owners and league officials genuinely nervous. Because it shifts the leverage entirely. It shifts the leverage entirely and flips the power dynamic upside down. Usually, in professional sports, the team holds all the power because they sign the paychecks and control contracts. But when your point guard is making 30 times her actual WNBA salary from a shoe company, she holds all the cards at the negotiating table. And the most explosive part, the signature shoe. The most explosive part of this Nike confirmation is the signature shoe announcement. In the NBA, getting a signature shoe is a traditional rite of passage for MVPs and championship winners who've earned their stripes. In the WNBA, it is an extreme rarity, reserved exclusively for established legends, like Cheryl Swoops, or modern icons like Breena Stewart and A'ja Wilson. And even they had to wait years, sometimes an entire career, to get theirs approved. For a rookie to land a signature shoe before she even played a single professional minute. That rubbed a lot of veteran players and establishment figures the wrong way. We are hearing explosive leaks about the accelerated design process, with insiders suggesting that Nike is fast-tracking the release to hit retail shelves before the next season tips off, strategically aiming to capitalize on the fever pitch of her unprecedented popularity. And what this shoe represents goes far beyond basketball.